Well, had ourselves a roller coaster day today. Top Step was down the entire morning. Literally could not place a trade. If you were in a trade, you got stuck in the trade. Somebody in my Discord got stuck in a trade. Others were saying you couldn't log in. I've tried to log in and it said user API down. I think it's up and going now, but it's obviously already too late. So you can see on the Express and the evals, nothing today because I literally couldn't. And we had a really, really good price action to take these shorts down to these lows. So I'm going to go over everything. We had a shit ton of news. Today was the big news day, I think, is what really helped volume today. A ton of volume, a ton of displacement. Really, really good. A fairly identical setup to yesterday. So we had a ton of fucking news today. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red folders today. Absolutely crazy. That 8:30 candle was the craziest I'd ever seen. So if you actually notice, you zoom in here, we see we had the closure of the 8:29 candle. This was the closure, and then we reopened all the way up here. So I'll get the price range. We gapped 60 70 points basically to the, like, we gapped that. So if you had like your stop loss set here or whatever, for example, it would have jumped above that. So you would have gotten filled because it went above it. So crazy day. But we had a really, really, really good setup. So I don't really think we had an SMT here. In all honesty, I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention, but this was something that did catch my eye. So we just missed out on a bullet bearish SMT. However, I really did like this setup for a couple of reasons. One, we had this huge imbalance that I knew we were going to fill. Two, we had these two really good draws of liquidity, pretty much relative equal lows down here. And three, we were getting good displacement. So we had this manipulation like down, and really an easy way to not get caught in this, move down here would be because we didn't get a retracement and then displacement out of it, right? We did get a retracement into this fair value gap here, but we did not displace out of it, right? We just ripped right through it. But then we had this huge move to the downside, which is a ton of displacement, which is telling me we are going to want to go down. We get a retracement back into it, and then we get a move back out of it. So this would have been a really, really good trade. Not like the smallest stop loss to get above this fair value gap 50-point stop, but would have been a super good RR. Was 1 to 2, a little bit more than 1 to 2. And then we obviously flipped out of it. We tap back into this 1 minute. We see a really, really, really strong reaction out of it. We get two good displacement candle out of it. And then really just get a really clean entry out of it after we closed here. So would have been a really, really good trade. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Probably actually would have been on the, oh no, that was the open on that candle, right? So it would have been, we displace out of it. That wouldn't honestly have been the best displacement. Like, I wouldn't have entered till that next one, just because we flip out of it. And then we get that closure on this candle. So it would have been really on the next one, but it would have basically been the same entry either way. So it would have been on the open of this candle. Actually, the open of this candle would have been down here. So the open here, you would have been in drawdown for like, what is that? 20-ish points of drawdown, a little bit more than that. And then it literally flipped immediately after and had a super good, strong reaction. So either way, one of these two candles you probably would have entered on. I really, really like this trade. But again, I had no control over this at all because I couldn't log into Top Step and I don't have any other accounts. So really, really unfortunate. Really, really, really good day to take these these shorts. It was kind of hard to take these longs just because this move was really, really aggressive and we were already took out London session high. I didn't like that. ES ripped a little bit lower on this move, so it took out London session and then we just edged Asia session. So honestly, it could have been even a little bit better if you took this on ES. I don't know how many points this was in total. Ooh, 30 points on ES. That's a big move. So honestly, could have been better on ES after, but we didn't. Oh no, we did retrace into that. So it was literally the identical entry on both, but you wouldn't have even been in drawdown on this one. So super, super good PA today. Again, was really, really textbook. We were clearly forming that structure, lower low, lower low. So that's what I like to see a couple times, right? We have this lower low. We form technically a lower low here. We form another lower low. We form that. So we're getting that bearish structure I like to see. I'm not really trading a pure reversal model, right? We're getting that structure to the downside, and then we break down and take that all out. But again, there's not much you can do when your trading platform is down, and it's really frustrating because I really wanted to make some good progress on the evals, and there's not much you can do. So obviously I don't even have the option to like revenge trade or anything because the fuck it's down. So really frustrating, but really, really could have been a good day. I noticed it pretty much right around New York AM, right when market opened. someone in the Discord said, hey, we're having issues like logging into Top Step. I'm like, fuck. And then I see the user API thing will pop up in the bottom left-hand corner saying it was disconnected. So it's nice that it's connected now in the middle of the afternoon when nobody is trading. So really unfortunate. I don't know how the rest of this week's going to go. Tomorrow, what do we have? Tomorrow, we don't have much. We have CPI Thursday, probably going to be the last good day. But we are kind of sandwiched in between two high-impact news days. So very interested to see how the rest of this week plays out, but just really unfortunate that Top Step has to go down again. I remember the last time this happened, I was in a really, really good short on ES, and I wanted to trail my stop loss. It was honestly super similar to this. So, whatever, we had to take profit here. I was probably right here, and I tried to trail my stop loss up to here, and it didn't get filled because because it got disconnected again. So very unfortunate. Gonna need to figure this out. But other than that, Rudd price action again really, really well today. A lot of similar setups to yesterday, and couldn't take advantage of it because Top Step's down.